Fans of a Horus Heresy, feel no pain rolls, and molecular bonding studs. Thank you very much for joining me for an unboxing video. And today we've just got a little thing that we're going to unbox, but I think it's very exciting. And what we are going to be taking a look at are these. And this is the Legiones Astartes Apothecarion Detachment. And this is for the Warhammer Horus Heresy range. I've recently been talking a lot about these two armor marks on the channel, recently as in the last 2 years. Mark V Heresy Armour and Mark VI Corvus pattern armour. And in this set, we get a pair of medics, to use the original 40k terminology, for use in Age of Darkness armies, or indeed any part of your Horus Heresy collection. So this is a set of 2 resin miniatures made by Forge World, and what I thought it would be nice to do is just unbox this and share that experience with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the parts, look at the details, and appraise the quality, and just generally see what it's about. Yeah, here it is. 2 miniatures. I don't normally talk about price, but these are £30 in the UK, which isn't terrible for Heresy models. You tend to be paying more like 28 quid for single characters, but 2 for £30 isn't terrible. I mean, it's still a premium priced product, but there are worse priced items in the range. And you do get a lot of components. And I think this is one of the, what I would call, good value sets. A bit like the Armoury of the Sons of Horus and Armoury of Blood Angels. So yeah, looks good at first view. Exciting models here. And for me in particular is this one, the Apothecary in Mark V Heresy Armour. And this is the first full and unambiguous interpretation we've had of this armour in Age of Darkness. Right, so with the Narthecium of opening, let us enter the package. Thank you, Narthecium of opening. So let's start with the not so interesting bits. 2 32mm bases, that's all standard fare, and then we get a bunch of components. So let's start big and go smaller. So firstly, this is the torso and leg for the Mark V Apothecary. And this is a cool design. Yeah, I really like this latest interpretation on Mark V armour. All the classic sort of components there, the crossed cabling on the chest, the central perhaps cooling array, then you've got the exterior cables on the thighs, the knee pads in that sort of truncated pyramid or truncated triangle shape, and then of course the molecular bonding studs on the legs. We're going to see a lot of those. Looks good. Bit of cleanup down the back. Not too bad overall. That's what I would call a nicely cast piece. So that's that. Let's continue with him and see if we can find a leg. Here we go. So this is his right leg. We can see some of those armour features a bit more clearly this time, without the apron in the way. Some bits of cleanup to do here and there, but overall, nicely executed. Yeah, that's great. All right, let's have a look at his beaky buddy. So nice, that's lovely detailing on the armour segmentation there. That's really nice. So sharp in resin. I mean, new plastics are fantastic, but you still can't beat resin for the crispness of detail. Got a bit of a challenging mould line cleanup there down the back of that. That's it's doable. At least they hid it on the back as opposed to the front, so I suppose that's something to be said. That will clean up with some careful knife work. If you look on my channel's how-to and modelling section, there are demonstrations using Rogal Dorn of how to clean up this sort of casting defect with a scalpel and a needle file. But yeah, looks really nice. Good detailing, extra tubes, because more tubes is always better, with all the fluids and other special equipment that an apothecary carries. Let's find his other leg. So here is his left leg. The classic Apothecarion motif or insignia. I can never remember what it is because it's not the staff of Apollo, it's something else, isn't it? Kudos points in the comment section if you can remind me of what that is actually based on. Got the bolt pistol there, which is in the same design as a Mark 6 and Mark 3 kits. Yeah, good stuff. Nice to cast. Right, helmets. Right, okay, this is what I'm really interested to see. The new Mark 5 helmet. Now, I think that looks fantastic. It's interesting to look at it here, and it's much closer, I feel, to some of the previous models. One of the things with what we've seen so far is Games Workshop's marketing photos. They take multiple images all in focus and composite them into a single one, so it creates very flat looking photos. And also with the helmet being in white, I had a feeling it distorted its 3D form, and looking at this I can see that. Yeah, it's nice. Definitely pays nods to the Mark 5s from Forge World, as well as the Sauron pattern helm. There's a strong nod there as well with the face grill. And there's another, I'll flash a bit of art up here. This face grill here goes all the way back to a piece of art that Will Rees did in Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. So yeah, 40k and the Heresy World designers continue to make nice artistic nods to their heritage all the time. Right, can we find a beaky helm? Here we go. The bassinet of the Grim Dark Age. Yeah, nice targeting widgy-doo-doo on that, for need of a better phrase. There's going to be lots of potential to use these parts in kit bashes and conversions. Helmets like this and this have all sorts of uses, you know, Armistos, Master of a Signal, Vigilator. Yeah. Little tactical rock there because everyone likes a tactical rock, even those people who claim they don't. I'm only joking there. One of the backpacks, and let me get the second backpack out and see if I can figure out which is which. I mean, I know which is which. So this is a Mark 6 one, and that uses a heavily modified Mark 6 backpack. New design here for an Apothecary. The other good thing about this is you can use these parts to convert with other models. Previously, Apothecaries are really hard to do because there's so few bits that you can make them with. So this set is an absolute boon in that regard. Yeah, again, the Medic's totem there. Very nice. And of course, the Narthesium. Now this is a Mark 5, and this is interesting because I think we're getting a little nod here as to what the Mark 5 backpack will look like if I do a tactical squad in plastic or some other media. And it's got this extra cooling vent that mirrors the design on the front torso as well. So I think that's a new feature, that. So I don't think they've ever done a Mark 5 specific backpack before in any miniature. Narthesium, and I wonder if the Narthesia are of the same design. They look very similar, yeah. I know there's some differences, yeah, you can see some tubular variations there, so even where you've got fairly what might initially seem to be identical bits, they've introduced a little bit of variation there. So this is the pauldrons and vents for the Mark 5 guy, so there's a backpack which is missing the cooling vents here and here. And then you have the pauldrons and the super studly one. So this is very much in the style of How to Paint Space Marines, which I talked about in Legion of Cheese episode 5 with Jay. The many studs design, and we can contrast that with the Mark 6 design. And we can see that the vertical stud count is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2. Yeah, very cool. And there's a couple of the accessory scanners that go on the Mark 6's medical pack. Again, another nice little variance here is in the style of the Apothecary badges on the pauldrons. Two different designs. Good to see the designers using the opportunity of making two miniatures to introduce differences in designs as much as possible. So I do like that, and I appreciate that. And then finishing up, we have a couple of chainswords. They're somewhat iconic and medically questionable accessory of every Space Marine medic. These are of the same design as the Despoiler squad upgrade set. So interesting continuity with other parts of the Rangers there. Again, you could easily use these arms for conversions and other models, introduce some variety into your units. For me, I'm going to take the Mark 6 and put a Warhawk jump pack on him, and he's going to accompany my Sons of Horus Assault squad, which I have in progress at the moment. Now, this is a Mark 5 one. Yeah, good. Again, Despoiler pattern chainsword. And we've got a Mark 5 armour. So we've got the cabling on the upper arm, and then we've got these vents on the lower arm. So I wonder if that may become a part of Mark 5 designs in Age of Darkness Rangers. Yeah, good. So overall, yeah, I'm very happy with those. I think the mods look great. There's loads of conversion opportunity here. Just really, really pleased to get these. The Mark 5 miniature, I really, really like. I think it's a brilliant design, and I really hope that we're going to see a Mark 5 tactical squad sometime soon. Even however they do it, you know, I'm all for it in this new design language. So there you go, a really nice set. The casting quality as well on these is generally very good. Most of the Forge World miniatures I've had over the last 3 or 4 years, the casting quality has been a great improvement on that rather iffy period in the sort of 2015, 2016 to sort of 2018 period. They've clearly improved the quality control on the parts, and overall this kit is nicely cast. There are a few bits of slightly tougher cleanup, but then again you've got a lot of detail components and very fine details which have seams running across. So yeah, not for beginners, as is always the case with Forge World. But aside from the cleanup, I think these will build together pretty easily. There you go then, an unboxing of the Legiones Astartes Apothecarion Detachment for Warhammer the Horus Heresy. 2 models from Forge World, very nice new designs. As always, please do share your thoughts and observations on these. I'm interested to hear what you think. Have you picked up this kit? If so, what have you done with it? Any other thoughts on the designs or potential for conversion opportunities with these? As always, I'll be interested to hear your comments. But other than that, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.